guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's a.mar.iah. Today we're gonna be doing a New Year's Eve glam tutorial. Hey kitty, you coming down here? Say hi. You wanna say hi? I don't really want to go all crazy, but it's gonna be something simple but poppin'. That's my thing. I love simple but poppin', especially if it's like a party or event where you're moving around. It's like you don't want people to know that you have makeup on when you go out, so we're not gonna put that much, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. The first thing that you want to do is prime. So every time that I start my makeup, I like to prime it first, and I like to use this setting spray and this primer from Milani. It really just gives that luminous look. So just start and put it on. I'm gonna use Giovanni's Refreshing Facial Prime and Setting Mist. This is great because it gives me a dewy look. I always go for a dewy look. I don't like matte as much, especially when I go out. Like, I don't like to look caked up. I like to look fresh, dewy, all that. And this does the job. So the next thing that I like to do is my eyebrows. As you can see, my eyebrows are pretty much already thick, so I don't really like to fill them in as much. I just kind of like to conceal them, but we're gonna fill them just a little bit at the ends and make the ends a little bit longer. I'm using NYX Professional Makeup Eyebrow Pencil, Micro Brow Pencil, in the color black. See, for thin eyebrows, that's when I like to use the dip brow, and I'm actually going to use some of that right now. This dip brow that I'm using is Tinted Brow Pomade in the color black by NYX, and I like to use this at the very ends. Okay, so you guys know how everybody likes to have like the strands in the front, but they don't really stay as good. So I have a hack for that. Off-brand petroleum jelly and got to be glued spray. I'm gonna spray this on the end of a brush. Okay, the thing with this is you don't want to put so much on, and if you do, just dry it out. This will help it stay in place. And then you take a brush like this, a little spoolie, put it in the Vaseline. I go to the beginning. Notice how I didn't really fill in the front. If you have thick eyebrows, you don't fill in the front because then it will look like that. You don't want it to look like that. Like you actually, you know, have brows, and you do, so don't try to draw on what you already have. So now that my eyebrows are filled in, we're gonna go in with concealer. So for concealer, I like to mix these two concealers together, Camouflage and Master Conceal by Face Studio. I like to mix it with a light and like a little darker color. Like, I like to mix them together to get like that perfect shade. So just take a random brush. I always use this one to mix. So save this brush for later. I like to save this brush to go under there. I don't like to waste product. Now you take a thin looking brush and lightly swipe. I don't like to put a lot of concealer on. I like to lightly put it in there and then blend. I like to use this brush and just go in and just lightly go like that. do the other one, conceal the other one off camera. Now that I've filled in my eyebrows and concealed them, I like to move on to eyeshadow. You know that brush that we use to mix together? I'm gonna take that same brush and go on my eyelids. Squishy! So now I'm using a little squishy, this mini beauty blender, to blend that out. Now I'm going in with this Milani eyeshadow primer. It's lightweight and invisible finish. Just make sure you don't pack on too much because then it gets clunky. And remember guys, a little bit goes a long way. So just be careful not to put too much, because I definitely put a little bit too much just now. Eyeshadow! Alright, so I'm going to be using like 3 different palettes. So for eyeshadow, I'm going in with this Morphe palette 35V and this Nubian Juvia's palette. It's mini because, you know, I'm balling on a budget, but it's so pigmented. It's so good. I love this so much. So I'm going to be using this shade, these 2 shades, and this shade on my eyes. Go in and blend that out with a lighter shade up top. Make sure you guys are blending outwards. Okay, so I finished my eyeshadow just now. We're gonna clean out the ends. So just take a baby wipe or like a makeup wipe and just go and clean up all that. We're also gonna go through and clean it up with foundation and stuff like that. Just like I said, that same brush that we used to mix the 2 concealers earlier, I really have bad, like I never get to sleep. So I like to put it right there. And I don't like to spread it all the way down. I just like to put it right all there. Make sure you're getting under there because you're tired, I'm tired, we're covering that up. Okay? Okay. Next we're going to take a brush to blend that out. I like to use this one because it really gets in there, and then I like to go through with a beauty blender again after I use this. so now that we cleaned that up, I'm going in with this, you already know what it is, NYX eyeliner. Hardest part of makeup is the symmetry. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did. Okay, so I messed up on my eyeliner like 3 times trying to do it small, but I mean, you know, we did it, yeah. We're gonna move on to foundation. And for tonight, I'm using this Juvia's Place foundation because it's about to get wild, and this will stay on my face and cover up the marks. I have acne scars all over. I'm also gonna put a little bit right here in this area. And this, if you get Juvia's Place, they have your shade. Like, I've always mixed shades together and did all that, but this is my shade. It's perfectly the shade for my forehead. My face and my forehead are different colors, but this really just is just perfect. This is Lacombe. This is a broken brush, but it's still usable, so. I'm using a Milani blush. I was looking in Walmart, and I was looking for like an orangey like type shade, but they had mango and it's pink and it's pretty, so. Now we're gonna clean up and make it look like we have cheekbones. So to go in and bake my face, I'm using this paintbrush and Milani's translucent powder. Go in with my a.mar.iah highlighter and go through and highlight, you know, the brow, the nose, a little in the inner corners and the sides, and a little bit up the. I like to use wig glue because it stays on, but I mean, not everybody likes this idea because like they don't know how to put on eyelash glue, so then it rips off. So I just put a little bit right there, and then I use the tip of one of these brushes and put them on the lash. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Boom. Yeah, so that was quick. Now I'm gonna put on my Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick on the bottom and line the top with Shani in the shade Chocolate. I just blend. I don't want all of it to be too dark, so I just blend the rest out with my finger. And then boom, you're done. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. It's me, AJ in Brooklyn. We're gonna be late. No, we're not. Well, we have 8 minutes. How you feel? That's running. That's why we don't have good direction. Shut up, it's all down. Welcome back to the vlog. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Nico, what the Nico, I'm trying to vlog and you turn the lights off. Welcome back to the vlog. Nico's Wait, what's your name again? David. Thank you, David. Nico, do not put yourself on.
Fun fact about me, I'm scared of horses. Hey, follow me on Instagram. It's Braden Cox with 2 X's. BRADENCOXX.
Wait, excuse me! Oh my god, it's Queen! You know, I don't know.